Hello students. Next chapter is optics. Very important chapter. From this chapter alone, we have totally 14 marks for our board exam. So optics can be classified into two types. First one is ray optics. Next one is wave optics. So here we are going to study in ninth chapter ray optics. In this chapter, we studied that light travels in a straight line. So with this principle, we are going to study this whole chapter, ray optics. So ray means when light comes from a coherent source. For example, if you think a laser light. So from that laser light pass from that laser light, which looks like a narrow beam. Okay, very small, very coherent. That is known as ray. Beam means, for example, when light comes from a torch light, okay, it has some broad area, that light, that is known as beam. Okay, so the first topics of ray optics, that is reflection. Reflection is fully deleted. Okay, so according to this pandemic situation, as you know already, CBSE deleted some portions from ray optics. Reflection topic fully deleted, but you have to study the basics of reflection from your 10th CBSE, okay, which you already studied about optics. So in your 10th CBSE, you have already studied about reflection and mirror formula, right? So you have to study all that. Let me summarize it shortly. Reflection means bouncing back of light to the same medium. Okay, we can say reflection. So bouncing back of light to the same medium. What is mean by medium here? We can classify the medium into two types. First one is rarer medium, next one is denser medium. Okay, so rarer medium, for example, air. Then denser medium, here we have glass, water, rock, etc. So here we have a light, okay, which comes and it falls on a mirror and it bounces back to the original medium. Here we have two medium. Listen carefully. This medium is air. Okay. So outside the mirror we have air and we pass the light from the air. Okay, passing through the air. Then it strikes on the mirror. After hitting the mirror, it gets reflected and coming back to the same medium, coming back to the air also. Okay, so this air is nothing but a rarer medium, and this glass or mirror, which is nothing but a denser medium. Okay, so bouncing back of light to the original medium, to the same medium, that is air here, that is known as reflection. We have two types of rays here. The first one is incident ray, the light which is incident on the object or incident on the mirror. That light ray is known as incident ray. Okay, this is incident ray. And the light which is comes after the reflection is known as reflected ray. Okay, incident ray and reflected ray. From reflection we can study two laws. First one is the incident ray, reflected ray, and normal to the reflecting surface. Here what is the reflecting surface? Reflecting surface is nothing but the glass. Light is reflected because of this glass, so glass is known as reflecting surface. So the first law states that incident ray, reflected ray, normal to the reflecting surface. Normal means we have to draw a 90-degree line, a perpendicular line. Okay, so this is normal to the reflecting surface. All lies in the same plane. or all are coherent or all are concurrent. Concurrent means all the three meet at the same point, or we can say all the three located in the same plane. If I take xy plane here, then all the three located in xy plane. So that is first law. Incident ray, reflected ray, normal to the reflecting surface, all lies in the same plane. Then second law, angle of incidence. What is angle of incidence? The incident ray created an angle with the normal, that is angle of incidence I. Then angle of reflection. Angle of reflection means the reflected ray create an angle with the normal, that is known as angle of reflection R is equal. Okay, so we can say I equal to or angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. If this is 45 degree, then reflection also 45 degree. Okay, because here we have a normal line. So if this is 30 degree, then reflection should be 30 degree. So these are two laws of reflection. Clear? So these topics are deleted from your CBSE. You kindly refer your 10th CBSE book to study about reflection as well as mirror equation. Okay, so next topic from 9.2, I think 9.3, we start this topic, ray optics. The first topic is reflection. Refraction means bending of light rays when it passes from one medium to another medium with different optical density. So what is mean by optical density? We know density is mass per volume. Optical density means in which medium light travels either faster or slower. It depends on the optical density. So optical density decides how fast a light can pass through it. Okay, for example, if we have less optical density, or we can say if light travels faster, then that medium is rarer medium. So light travels faster, that medium is rarer medium. What is rarer medium? Rarer medium is nothing but air. Okay, so how fast light can pass through the air? We know the speed of light in vacuum or speed of the light in air, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So very fastest thing in this nature when light travels through air. But think about how fast light can pass through in water. Definitely the speed will reduce, right? Because in air we have molecules at very distance. Okay, so we have molecules not close with each other, very distant molecules. But in case of solid or in case of water, all the atoms and molecules are very close with each other. So because of that, light cannot able to traverse this much faster in water or solid. So that water or solid or water or glass known as denser medium. In denser medium, light cannot able to travel faster, but light travels slower in denser medium. Okay, so that is optical density. So optical density of air is very much less, and optical density of glass or water or rock, diamond is very much more. Clear? So to measure optical density, we have a new concept, that is refractive index mu. In some books they gave n for refractive index. So refractive index is the quantity which decides how easily light can pass through the medium. Okay, so refractive index formula mu equal to c by v. Here c means we know speed of light 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second in vacuum. So c means speed of light in vacuum, or air. V means speed of light in medium. That medium can be a denser medium. So speed of light in medium, or the medium can be anything. Okay, either water, glass, rock, diamond, carbon, whatever it is. So C means speed of light in air, constant value. V means speed of light in medium, that particular respective medium. So if the refractive index value is more, the refractive index value is more from this formula, then speed of light in that medium will be less. We can say inversely proportional. So if the refractive index value is more, then speed of light in that particular medium will be less. Clear? For example, refractive index of glass mu g is 1.5. Okay, refractive index have no units. So refractive index of glass is 1.5. Kindly note on this value, very important value. Then what is the speed of light in that medium? How to find speed of light? Very simple, by using this formula. Refractive index of glass is 1.5. Then C we know the C value, 3 into 10 power 8 divided by V. So V means speed of light in glass. Clear? So how to find speed of light in glass? Vg equal to 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 1.5. So Vg equal to 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. You see this difference. In air, light travels 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second because it have very less optical density. But in case of glass, light travels only with a speed of 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Why? Because it have more optical density, more refractive index. Clear? Similarly, you can find the value of refractive index. Refractive index of water is 1.33. Then you can easily able to find the value of speed of light in water. So speed of light in water is 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 1.33. So if you solve this, then you will be able to get the speed of light in water. Sorry, water here, not glass, water. Clear? Similarly, speed of light in air, or how to find the refractive index of air. So refractive index of air, speed of light in air divided by speed of light in that medium. What is that medium? That medium is nothing but speed of light in air. Okay, so here also speed of light in air 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Here also speed of light in that medium is nothing but air. So we have 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 3 into 10 power 8, which gives you 1. So refractive index of air, very important value, is equal to 1. So from these three values we can able to find the difference. So in air the speed of light is 4. Why? Because it have less refractive index. But in water, speed of light is little bit lesser because it have more refractive index when compared with the air. But in case of glass, speed of light is much lesser in glass because it has more refractive index when compared with water. Clear? So refractive index inversely proportional to velocity of light. If refractive index is low, then velocity of light is more. So what is meant by refraction? Come to this point. Bending of light rays when it passes from one medium to another medium. For example, we have two medium. This medium which have some refractive index, I take mu1. Another medium which have some refractive index, mu2. It have a normal line. Okay, I draw one normal line. So when light passes from one medium, I take this is medium 1 to another medium 2, then what will happen? It will bend. So this light, if light moves without bending, then it follows in a straight line, correct? If light moves without bending, it follows this path. But according to refraction, light moves from one medium to another medium, it will bend. So the light follows this path. It's supposed to follow this path, but because of different medium, it bend. Okay, so this ray, as you know, incident ray. And what is this ray? This ray is refracted ray. Okay, this is refraction. So this angle made with the incident with the normal is known as angle of incidence. Okay, angle of incidence. An angle made with the refracted ray with the normal is known as angle of refraction. Not a reflection but refraction. Clear? So here we have two different things. The first one is we don't know which is denser medium, which is rarer medium. Okay, we don't know which is denser medium, which is rarer medium. We simply have two different medium. So how to find which is denser or which is rarer? Very simple. When light bend towards the normal, okay, here light bend towards the normal, that medium is denser medium. So see here light bend towards the normal. Okay, so this is normal. Our light bend towards the normal. Okay, it bend towards the normal. So this medium is known as denser medium. Then another medium, obviously rarer medium. So this is air. This may be glass, water, whatever it is, whatever denser medium. Okay, this is first case. So in first case, light bend towards the normal. Note it down. Light bend towards the normal. Now tell me which has more refractive index. Obviously denser medium have more refractive index because rarer medium air have only one. Denser medium have more refractive index than air. So we can say refractive index of medium 2 greater than refractive index of medium 1. Clear? This is first case. In second case, we have two different medium. We have normal line and we have incident ray. Okay, so this incident ray bend away from the normal line. Okay, it's supposed to flow like this, but it bends away from the normal line. So this is incident ray, this is angle of incidence, and this is refracted ray. Here we have angle of refraction. Sorry, angle of refraction. Okay, so angle of refraction with a normal line. Here you see this is our light ray. It's supposed to follow this path, but it bends away from the normal. Okay, it moves away from the normal. Here it moves towards the normal, here it moves away from the normal. From this you can say the medium 1 is denser medium and medium 2 is rarer medium. Clear? From this we can say the refractive index of medium 1 greater than refractive index of medium 2. Here light bend away from the normal. Okay, light bend away from normal. Two cases, no bending of light. So what are those two cases? The first case mu1 not equal to mu2. Okay, in previous case also mu1 not equal to mu2. But what is the main difference here is the incident ray. Okay, this is normal line. The incident ray exactly falls 90° with one medium. Okay, exactly falls on the normal. So if exactly falls on the normal, then it again reflected back. It don't follows any refraction process. Okay, it don't follows any refraction. It moves in a straight line. It moves in a straight line when it exactly falls on the normal line. Clear? So here incident is normal incidence. Normal means here 90°. So if it is normal incidence, then there is no refraction. Then second case, mu1 equal to mu2, we know it. Mu1 equal to mu2 means two medium which has same refractive index. Okay, so two medium which has same refractive index. If you take water have various types. Okay, so we have RO water, or our normal water. If think water is two medium, first one is RO water, next one is normal salt water. But these two have the same refractive index. So we have two medium, medium 1, medium 2, but both have same refractive index. Then what will happen? I pass the light, light follows no refraction, then it follows straight line, no refraction. Clear? So it follows no refraction. So this angle should be equal to this angle, or if you take this angle should be equal to this angle because no refraction. This is second case, mu1 equal to mu2. Here the angle of incidence is 0 with the normal line. Why? Because it follows the normal line. So there is no angle between normal line and incident line. Both are same line. So angle of incidence 0 as well as angle of refraction is 0. Clear? So from this two medium, we can say we know mu equal to c by v, refractive index equal to speed of light divided by speed of light medium. From this formula, we can say mu1 equal to c by v1. Why I did not put c1 here? Because c is constant value. Okay, speed of light in air is constant. So we need not to put c1 here. Similarly, we can say mu2 equal to c by v2. We have two medium, medium 1, medium 2. Okay, in refraction process. From this formula, we can say mu1 by mu2. Mu1 by mu2. What is mu1 by mu2? C by v1 divided by c by v2. C get cancelled, it comes reciprocal. We have mu1 by mu2 equal to v2 by v1. Very same formula as I said already. Refractive index inversely proportional to velocity of that medium. So see here, refractive index of medium 1 inversely proportional to velocity of medium 1. Refractive index of medium 2 inversely proportional to velocity of medium 2. Clear? Then we can write this as mu12. Mu12 means refractive index of medium 1 with respect to refractive index of medium 2. Okay, mu12 means refractive index of medium 1 with respect to second medium. Okay, so we can write mu12 as mu1 by mu2, and mu1 by mu2 is nothing but v2 by v1. Similarly, what is mu21? Mu21 means refractive index of medium 2 with respect to first medium. Okay, so we can write mu21 as mu2 by mu1, and we know refractive index inversely proportional to velocity. So here we have mu2, here we have v1, here we have mu1, here we have v2. Clear? So kindly remember all this formula, very simple. And what's the relation between refractive index and wavelength? Okay, there must be some relations because we studied about velocity. So velocity means it is possible to have wavelength also. So what's the relation? We know the formula v equal to f lambda, which we studied in 11th standard oscillations waves, that topic. V equal to f lambda. F means frequency, lambda wavelength, v velocity. So frequency is constant, okay, and lambda velocity variable. For first medium, we have v1 frequency constant, it have lambda 1. Okay, for second medium, we have v2 frequency constant, lambda 2. Clear? So as per this formula, I take this formula mu21 is equal to mu2 by mu1 equal to v1 by v2, v1 by v2. So I substitute v1 by v2 from here. What is v1 by v2 actually? v1 is f lambda 1 divided by v2 is f lambda 2. Clear? So f get cancelled, then v1 by v2 is lambda 1 by lambda 2. So kindly remember the relations, all these relations. Mu2 by mu1 equal to v1 by v2 equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2. Clear? So this is the relation between wavelength, velocity and refractive index. So what if I name that medium? Here we have take medium 2, medium 1. If I take medium 1 is air or medium 1 is glass, medium 2 is water, then how to write the formula for those medium? So if I take mu GW, mu GW means refractive index of glass with respect to water. Okay, refractive index of glass with respect to water. So how to write this formula? Refractive index of glass with respect to refractive index of water. Clear? Then how to write velocity formula? Velocity is inversely proportional. So here we have mu g, here we have mu w. So I can write vw divided by vg, inversely proportional. Then velocity directly proportional to wavelength. So I can write wavelength in water divided by wavelength in glass. So this formula for a respective medium. So note on this problem, speed of light in water 2.25 into 10 power 8 meter per second, speed of light in glass 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. We have to find the refractive index of water, refractive index of glass, and refractive index of glass with respect to water. The first thing you have to do is you have to write a symbol. Okay, so I write the given data. Speed of light in water. So speed of light in water means VW. Okay, speed of light in water VW, that is 2.25 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Then speed of light in glass VG, 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. We have to find refractive index of water. What's the symbol of refractive index? Mu, and for water mu W. So how to find mu W? Do you have any idea? We know the formula for refractive index, mu equal to C by V. For water, mu W equal to C by VW. Okay, we have to find the mu W value. So we know the value of C constant 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Then VW given the formula 2.25 into 10 power 8. If you solve this, you will get the answer of mu W. Then next one, refractive index of glass. So mu G. What is the formula? Mu G equal to C by Vg. We know C is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Then Vg, velocity of light in glass, 2 into 10 power 8. If you solve this, you will get the answer. Then next one, refractive index of glass with respect to water. So how to write the formula? Refractive index of glass with respect to water. Correct? So we can write this formula as refractive index of glass with respect to refractive index of water. So here you will get the refractive index of glass. Here you got the refractive index of water. By dividing these two, you will get the refractive index of glass with respect to water. Okay, solve this problem. The next problem, wavelength of light in air is 4800 angstrom. Okay, then refractive index of diamond is 2.24. Find wavelength of light in diamond. So what's the relation between refractive index and wavelength? We know the formula. Refractive index mu1, or we can say mu1 by mu2 is equal to V2 by V1, which is equal to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Okay, so this is the relation between refractive index and wavelength. Here mu1 by mu2, velocity inversely proportional, so V2 by V1. and wavelength directly proportional to velocity. Okay, so lambda 2 by lambda 1. Clear? For this respective medium, we have mu d, okay, mu d, and we have lambda a. So I can write refractive index of diamond with respect to air, because we know speed of light in air is constant. So from this constant value, we can able to find the all value. So what is mu dA? Refractive index of diamond with respect to refractive index of air. Correct? So I can write this formula as velocity of light in air divided by velocity of light in diamond, inversely proportional. Correct? I just rewrite this formula with the respective given medium. I just rewrite this formula. Okay, so here I can write refractive index of medium 1 with respect to refractive index of medium 2. You see these two formulas have the same structure. Then I can write wavelength is directly proportional to velocity. So wavelength of air divided by wavelength of diamond. Clear? So it is given refractive index of diamond. Sorry, here the actual given value is refractive index of diamond with respect to air. With respect to air. So the given value is refractive index of diamond with respect to air. This value is given. Then we have to find wavelength of light in diamond. We have to find this value. And we know this value. Correct? So I can write mu dA equal to lambda A divided by lambda D. Mu dA 2.24 equal to lambda A 4800. You take angstrom. Okay, need not to change it into meter. And we have to find the lambda D. So lambda D will be also in angstrom. Clear? So we find this value. The next topic, laws of refraction, very similar to laws of reflection. Okay, so you can write the first law yourself for laws of refraction. What is first law? The incident ray, refracted ray, and normal to the refracting surface all lies in the same plane. First law. Then second law also known as Snell's law. So the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is equal to constant or refractive indices of two medium. Continue it down. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is equal to constant or refractive indices of two medium. So ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is equal to constant. That constant is nothing but refractive indices of two medium. So I can say refractive indices of medium 2 with respect to 1. Further I can write mu 2 by mu 1. Clear? So from this formula we can simplify sin I by sin r equal to mu 2 by mu 1. Further we can write sin I mu 1 equal to sin r mu 2. Correct? Sin I mu 1 equal to sin r mu 2. We solve one simple problem. Mu 1 is given as 1. Okay, and mu 2 is given as root 3. So from this you can easily able to find which is rarer medium, which is denser medium. Which is rarer medium? Definitely medium 1 is rarer medium, because we know refractive index of air, rarer medium is 1. Okay, so I can write this. This is the given diagram. Light comes from one medium and it refracted towards another medium. Why it is bending towards the normal? Because the second medium is denser medium, so it bends towards the normal. Clear? So this is medium 1, mu 1, and this is medium 2 given as root 3. And the angle of incidence with the normal given as 60 degree. Okay, we have to find the refracted angle. We have to find this angle of refraction by using this formula. Okay, sine I mu 1. So sine I, what is mu 1? Mu 1 is 1 equal to sine r mu 2. Yeah, sine I also given. Angle of incidence is 60 degree. Then sine r mu 2. Sine r mu 2 is root 3. Clear? The value of sine 60 root 3 by 2 equal to sine r root 3. So root 3 get cancelled. Then sine r equal to 1 by 2. So for which theta we have 1 by 2 in sine? For 30 degree we have 1 by 2. So sine 30 degree value is 1 by 2. So angle of refraction is 30 degree. The another question is asked, find the angle of deviation. First one is find the angle of refraction. Note down the question. Next one is find the angle of deviation. What is mean by deviation? So how much the refracted ray deviated from the original path. What is mean by original path here? You see here, this is our incident ray. This incident ray supposed to flow like this, correct? Because of two different medium, it is refracted to here. It's supposed to go to here, but it comes here. So the angle between these two known as deflection. Okay, so angle between these two known as angle of deflection. Clear? So how to find this angle of deflection? We know opposite angle is equal for this diagram. So if this is 60 degree, then this total angle will be 60 degree. Correct? Because in opposite angle equal. So this is normal line. If this is 60 degree with normal line, then this also 60 degree with a normal line. So this deflected ray, the original path also create an angle of 60 degree with a normal line. We have to find this angle only. We know this angle is 30 degree. So if this is 30 degree, then the remaining angle will be 30 degree. So angle of deflection del equal to 30 degree. So note on the second question, very tricky question. We have incident ray. It creates an angle of incidence with a normal. Okay. So this is medium 1. Here we have medium 2. When passes from one medium to another medium, it gets refracted, and it is refracted towards the normal. From the towards the normal, you can able to say this medium should be a denser medium because it refracted towards the normal, and this medium is rarer medium. Then again the light comes. Okay, again the light comes and it moves away from the normal. So away from the normal means in such a way it creates the equal angle. How the angle is created here, it creates the equal angle here. So it moves away from the normal. From this we can say this medium also given as air. Okay, so here also air, rarer medium, here also air, in between we have denser medium. So this is angle of incidence and this is angle of refraction. Okay, if this is angle of refraction, then this also angle of refraction. The question is, what is the angle between these two? This is also angle of refraction. It is given E, for example, to differentiate. So we have to find the angle of E. How to find angle of E? Simply I substitute Snell's law in between these 2 points. We have two different medium here. So in this contact, in this plane, I apply Snell's law. What is Snell's law? Mu1 sine I equal to mu2 sine r. Okay, so here I apply Snell's law. Then here if I apply Snell's law, mu2, because we have second medium, mu2 sine r, here the angle is r, okay, equal to, here the next medium is mu1 sine e. I have to find the value of e. Okay, you see here also mu2 sine r, here also mu2 sine r. So if a equal to b, then b equal to c, then these two must be equal, a equal to c, right? We know a equal to b and then b equal to c, then a and c must be equal, correct? For example, if I take a as 2, then a should be equal to b, then b also 2, then b should be equal to 2, then c also 2. If you see here, a and c both are equal. So similarly, here also mu2 sine r, here also mu2 sine r, which means these two values should be equal. I can write mu1 sine I equal to mu1 sine e. So mu1 sine get cancelled, then I equal to e will be the correct answer. Okay, thank you, and you solve all those problems and write your final answer, post it in your group. Thank you.